creators, it's me, Jen Evers with Koality Crafts, and welcome to another Free Play Friday, where it's a tutorial, and I'm going to show you how to make the Art Impressions Critter Cups. So this is actually a pretty simple process. It's very repetitive. You cut out your shapes and then you add your faces and do some coloring and stuff like that. Now, if you want to avoid some of the coloring, I would suggest cutting out some of your strips in different colors, but as it is for today, I'm going to be using some of my markers to color them. I'm not going to use color paper. I'm going to use all white paper because that is the easiest for me that I have found. And that reminds me, I have to open up this case quick. And I have my Cuttlebug here, but I'm going to keep it off to the side so that I'm not like all in your face with the Cuttlebug. So let's put it over here. Okay. So mostly it's going to be taping on our things, getting them die cut, and then stamping on them. I find it way easier to die cut first and then stamp last. I didn't end up using any of the little bunny tails. That's like the little bunny tail. So I'm not going to cut any of the bunny tails. However, I did one of the fox, and I added a little heart to his paw here that he's holding on to, and then a little bit of fringe on there, and I have some candy in this one. They also come with this little paper lining to keep things in it, but honestly, they're kind of a pain in the behind, and I don't think you need them for the candy to stay in there. Totally up to you. So that was the fox. I'm going to show you all of them first. And then I did one of the bunny. Now, if you don't like the face, or you can draw a cuter face, or you have stamps like Maymay made it, the larger ones of the little eyeballs, I used one of these for the rabbit to make him winking with the cute little eye. I thought that was adorable. He also got an added little bow, which is included in that, so we'll be showing you that as well. The little kitty cat, I think he's adorable. I rounded the eyes out. I made the little center part more squinty up and down like a cat's might be, just using my own, just freehanding it, whatever, because I thought that would be cuter. So you can add, like I said, stamping on other eyes and little facial expressions you have from other stamps. Try that out because there's a lot of really cute ways you can do that. And then, of course, I added his little bow as well. And then the last one that I did is this little guy. So cute. Add a little bow to that, and then I happen to have some ribbon that matches that, so I added that, and this one also has some candy in it. Now, I believe you're supposed to be able to put an egg in there too. I didn't try it, but I finally got some eggs boiled. So here, I'm going to put my little egg in there, and it fits perfect. That, you might want to have the bottom, but like I said, it's already in there. It's not even touching the bottom, and it's stable. So I wouldn't worry too much about that little bottom part, unless you're putting in something in there that might fall out the bottom. But super cute idea. Really fun. And I like the fact that the ribbon matches and that you can fit a little treat in there. So let me show you how this works. It's super easy. I have my Cuttlebug set up already. I have a C plate and 2 B plates, and I think that's what I ended up using. So this is what I'm going to show you. The roundabout part that you're going to put everything on is a strip like this. It's 6 inches long by 1 3/4 high. I've also heard that other people do it 1 1/2 inch high, and after I stamp one, actually I'll show you on here. So this one is completely the 1 3/4, so it's almost 2, and you see there's a lot of space on the bottom and there's space on the top. So like if you put a bow there, that's going to cover that up. You can stamp these higher, but do you see where the feet are? You're not going to be able to get too high, otherwise your feet are going to flop off the top. They're not going to get cut right. So for my purposes, I'm doing 6 by 1 3/4 like it said. All right. So you're going to want to hang on to that. We're going to stamp on that in a moment. But you're going to need depending on which one you do. Definitely the head, so we're going to do several of the heads right away. And then one of these, if that's what you want to add to it, that is the piece that's going to fold up. I will do one to show you guys just in case. There's the bow. You can also do like a little hat piece, or maybe decorate it like a piece of pizza or whatever. You can do whatever you want with these. If you want to make the bunny, you're going to need a couple pairs of ears. So that's like the outside and the inside of the bunny ears. So I'm going to do those separate so I can layer them on top. That's what I did here. I layered that one on top there and gave it a little bit extra color. So we'll do a couple of those, and we'll have to run this through a couple different times. So if you can set this on there without them rolling around, then you don't need to tape them down. But I'm going to go ahead and do all of these. Like I said, I didn't use this one last time, but that is for the little hat there. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to run these through. Hopefully I can pick it up and get it on there without them completely overlapping. Okay, and I'm doing cut side down because I've got my icky plate on the bottom. And that was not. I need my C plate, not my B. Hold on one second. I need the thicker plate on top. So a C is a little bit thicker than a B, and that's going to help us get a better grip on these. So let me just move these back out here. Definitely need that other thicker one on there. Let's see. Okay, so there's one of the ears, so we're going to have to do another one of those. And then we've got a little bow, one of the hearts, a head. We're definitely going to want more heads, so we can make a couple different ones. And then here's that piece that it's got two little cuts on it right here. And I know Joy McCoy, you bought this set, so I wonder if she's here today. Yes, she is. There she is. So Joy, I hope you love this set as much as I do. I think it is so cool. I'm going to set that aside. And I want to do one more head for sure, so we can make more than one. Do another bow and another heart, and for sure another little rabbit ear, so we can do one of the rabbits. Anything else I want to do? I think that's it. So like the rabbit, you could put a little tail on the back, but I left mine all white, so I was like, what's the point in putting a tail there? You're just going to see a white tail. Probably nobody would even notice it, so I'm not going to do that one again. So there they are, and like I said, it's just repetitive. Just put your dies through a couple of times, decide which ones you want to make, and just hang on to all your pieces, because then it's just going to be fun time assembling and coloring. And like I said, you can cut these out of colored paper, so you can skip some of the coloring if that's something that you want to do. And then I think what I'm going to do is run this back through. These probably basically used up. I want to make a couple more heads because I don't need all this extra stuff for the heads for all of them. You can make them all without stuff on them if you want. So out of this piece, I'm going to make several more heads. Debbie Evans, we don't have any of that stuff here. I actually ended up having to order my toilet paper online, and I sure hope that comes before they shut everything down. So there we go. I could have saved paper and made 3 out of that, but I think that's probably plenty. Put all my dies back in a pile so I don't lose them. And for each one that you make, you need one of these strips, so I'll probably be cutting a few more of those. Again, those are 6 inches long by 1 3/4 inch wide. So what I do is I go ahead and make a 6-inch long one cut so that I can just cut my slices. So 1 3/4 piece of cake, just go ahead and cut those out. There's another one. Like I said, you can go as thin as 1 1/2, but I wouldn't go any thinner than that. And I'm going to show you that in just a second. So the first thing that you're going to want to do, and I have some more dies on the back here. We're going to do those after we do our little stamping here. I'm going to use this big long one for the feet and the paws, the front paws. And this one will work. I'm using VersaFine Onyx black ink. Make sure that I ink this up really well. And then you're just going to stamp this on here, but you're going to make sure that your little feet don't go off the top of the white paper. You want to give it a little bit of room so that when those get cut, they look okay. And center it the best you can with your eyeballs so that when you turn it and put it together in the back, that you have, so before I say that, I know it's going to be kind of hard to color, but try to use a bone folder or something round to get the fiber in the paper starting to go a little bit round, because it's going to be tough to get it to go around once you make the cuts. Okay. And so on here, we also do some cuts. So we want those little feet and we want those little paws to pop up. So that's where these come in. Oh my gosh. And they also have this teeny tiny piece for the ear. You see how tiny that is? My opinion, not worth it. Let me show you one I used it on. I used it on him. And like literally, you can't even hardly really tell that you popped those on because they're almost, it's almost hard to even, he's the only one I did it on because I thought that felt like a waste to me. So I'm not cutting those. That's totally up to you if you want to. Now, they give you enough to do both of the big feet. So just look at your little dies here. If they're down, if the cut side is down, it's only going to match on one side. So that's what you're going to do is try to get it around that foot as close as you can and just tack it down. Same with this one. You're going to go around. You'll see the black line, so it's not too difficult to do that. And then here's the one that's shaped like a U. That's going to cut your little paws. So you're going to want to put that around. Make sure that you can see the little black lines. So you're going around it. And then we're going to pop that through. Now, you pop it through real quick. And then you put the other one on the other paw and run it through again. So this one should have cut. Okay, do you see that? How that pops out? And then this one should have cut. And you can do all these at the same time if you want. You know, stamp and cut all of these before you color. Totally up to you, however it makes you comfortable. So there's my other one. And now this one, we need to transfer over to the other foot. So see how nice and clean that cut that? Same with the other foot, so cool. So move this one over, check your lines. Seriously, if you can see the black line, you're good. And they don't have to be perfect to be totally cute. So then just pop that over and run it back through again. This is also a set that'll work beautifully if you have those tiny die cuts. You don't need a big Cuttlebug because it's going to fit. These are such tiny little dies and stuff. They're going to fit through all your little mini cutters. So you can do this right at your desk. Ta-da! Look at that. So cute. And the feeties pop out. And then this is going to go around to the back. And you're going to glue it on the back here. Now don't be all worried and freaked out that these are bending here and going more of like an oval. That's just what happens. That's why I'm saying, and I'm using really heavy cardstock, so you probably won't have this kind of problem with the thinner cardstock, but I want mine to be sturdy. So you're going to glue it together like that, and then do you see how the little feet stick out? And then if you want to just push on these, you can make those stick out as far as you want and add stuff to them. So then you got to color it. So I think what we'll do is we will do the bunny because I want to show you how to change that. So for the bunny, we have our popped out ears here, right? You totally can color first, Melissa. It's totally up to you. But for the bunny, since we're going to hide the ears behind his little head, I like to do all my cutting first, just how I like it. You have to cut off the little foxy ears. So just go in a little curve, following right along with the side of this little shape. Okay? And that's it. Because then we're going to put these together and they're going to hide behind like that. Let's see if we can get that to come back down to where we are. I wish I knew the magic skills to get, there we go, to get this to go. So there's a look at the bunny before we start coloring him. You could color him any way that you want. It doesn't have to be any specific colors at all. But I'm going to pull out all the colors that I had been using. I saved them all. So if you want to stop the video and check out the colors that I'm using, that'll be way easier than me trying to tell you along the way and trying to keep it all sorted. So pause the video and write them down, or take a picture or screenshot. Here we go. These are the colors that I'm going to use because that's what I used before. And so I'm going to do light and dark grays on here with some pinks. So I've got a C3 and a C5, one lighter, one darker. And then for my pinks, I'm doing an R20 and I think probably this one, an R85. So those are pretty far out there. But let's start with the C3. And I'm just going to go around the little toes. Okay. And I'm going to swipe up here and I'm going to swipe up on that side. You can do like super easy coloring on these. You don't have to be a colorist to do these. And then on this part, I'm just going to slide down each side, go up on my paws, and just put a little up the middle. And that's it. And if you want to do a little bit of line across the top or however you like it to look, you can do that. Then I go in with the darker gray and just kind of add a little bit more, make it a little bit more dramatic. So I'm going to add in some little dark lines here, just a couple little flicks. Some flicks up the top of the paws here, going up. And I sometimes put a little bit underneath the dots of their little paws there to make them look a little bit more dimensional. So then the light pink first. Just pink up those little patties. And then just give a little bit of a swipe up and a dot on each little toe pad. And that's it for that part. Super quick coloring. It doesn't have to be perfect. I probably could add a little bit of the dark gray around the sides. There we go. Okay, and then for these two longer parts of the ears, the bigger parts, I'm going to do mostly gray. So I'm just swiping up. That's it. Nothing big. Swipe them up. The bottom's not going to be seen, so if you can't get to the bottom, don't worry about that. And then, actually I'm going to do this dark gray last. I'm going to do these two pink ones first. We're going to do them in the real light pink. And then all I'm doing is fully coloring them in. And then I'm going to grab that little darker. I'm just going to swipe up a little bit. Just a little bit from the bottom. To make like the little middle part. You see that? That's it. You can go back over that with pink if you want to blend it a little bit more. So if we go back over with that, it's going to blend that top just a little bit more, which makes it look really cute. And then I'm going to glue those together. So these go kind of right in the middle. Eyeball them up, stick them on. These things are so easy to make, you guys. They're so stinking cute. Okay, and then I'm going to do this afterwards because I wasn't sure where I wanted this to go and how to look. I'm going to take some of my gray and swipe it up this side. And I'm going to turn it and swipe it. Just because it's easier for me that way. That's it. And then I'm going to leave them that way. Yay, Kathy, you got your stuff. So that's it. That was super quick, fast coloring. Now we've got his little face. And I'm going to go ahead again, and I'm going to use the bigger of the faces from May Made It. Because I have them, so why not, right? I used this one last time. Let's do that one's super cute. Let's do this one this time. So make sure that you're putting this up high enough or low enough, depending on where you want to add everything. Oh, it's starting to roll away. So I'm going to put mine kind of in the middle. Perfect. And where did I put my wet wipe? I think I'm going to just get another one out. Okay, later on if you want to go over that again to make it a little bit darker black, you can. I'm going to do some gray, some light gray to stick with the bunny color. And I'm looking at this one. I looked at a picture on the outside of it, and that's how I ended up leaving the center part white. But you don't have to do that. You can color him any darn way you want. So today I'm just going to go... I'm just going to color the whole thing. Right now he looks like a lemon. I'm sorry you look like a lemon, little buddy. I'm trying not to flick it like into his eyeball or his mouth, because I'm trying to get some little like furry marks, if that makes sense. Furry marks. Not the best. But then I want to give him some cheeks too. Give him some little rosy cheeks. And bunnies actually do have whiskers. There is a tiny little stamp if you want to do whiskers. Yeah, and I need a little tiny block. They have these little cutie stamps. Look at that. Teeny tiny. That's going to make whiskers for you. They actually have 2 of them, but I just use one and stamp on one, and then I just put it upside down and stamp it on the other side. That's all I do. Alrighty. I'm going to grab my little Sharpie here. And I'm going to go ahead and darken up this circle of this eye because I don't like how it's stamped. And a little bit right here. You know what? I kind of went off the edge, so I'm just going to add some little eyelashes because I went off the edge. And I'm going to fill in the little mouth with a little bit of pink too. I think that'd be okay. And then all I'm going to do with the ears is just put a little bit of glue on the front. Whoa, too much. And hide those behind. They can go straight up. They can go part way. You could color in the back side and have it flip down. That'd be super cute. I'm just gonna put mine on like that. And he needs a little nose because they have little noses and this one didn't give me one. So I'm gonna make it a little triangle nose. Just makes a little bit of a difference with that little nose there. You don't have to color this neck part because that's going to be completely hidden behind your little thing here. Okay, and we're almost done with the bunny. So now I'm going to put a little bit of wet glue here on the edge. And then come around and glue that down. I glue it over about 1/4 of an inch, about as wide as your tape. I like ATG tape, or you don't really have to measure it if you don't want. Ooh, got a bunch of glue on there. Alright, and then make sure your little feeties come out, and your little paws. And we're going to put a little bit of glue on his little neck piece here so we can glue him right to the back of this. So eyeball it out where you want it in the middle, or if you want him his head cocked a little bit one way or the other, and grab up through the center here and grab it with your finger until it dries. Perfect. Alright, the only thing I did different on this one, I think I went a little bit darker with the face. That's about it. So I probably could add some more, a little bit of just add a couple of little furry wisps. That's it. Super cute. Let's go ahead and put our hard-boiled egg in there. See, and I didn't even do the bottom, but it's, you know, it's tight enough that that hard-boiled egg's not going to go anywhere, and it's still going to stand up. Hey, Linda. So there we go. That was the bunny. Can we vote on which one to make next? And I think I'll make one more, because it's all just repetitive and color. So the other ones that we can make, and you can make any animal at all that you want. You might have to maybe just switch up a little bit of the things. Fox, raccoon, or kitty cat. And I'm going to let you guys pick. And I'll add the bow to the next one. I like Linda Landis' idea, make a koala. That would be cute. Okay, the raccoon got the most, so I'm going to go ahead and make the raccoon with you guys. There are some more stamps in here that we've not used, so let's go ahead and do our body. Make sure you use a stamp stabilizer, a stamp like a Misty, if you feel like you're not going to get this stamped correctly. So far I haven't had any troubles with mine. So here's our face, and the raccoon has those cute little partitions here, and they have the stamp to do that. That's in here. That's this stamp right here. So you don't have to do that all on your own. I didn't draw that in. I can do the koala too, but it's just that there was a whole bunch that said raccoon, so I really want to show you how to use these other stamps. I love how you guys question everything I do. I find it hilarious. All right. But I am going to make the koala because I think that's an awesome idea. Okay. So you just put this wherever you think it should go. Line it up and get the lines kind of close to the edge. No worries, because if your line doesn't go all the way to the edge, like this side did, but this side didn't, see that little tiny thing? Just take your little black markers and draw it in. No problem. All right. And then it's just a matter of coloring him. And I could use the actual face that comes with this one. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what that one looks like and add his little face using the one that comes with the set. And then this way you can see exactly where you're putting your eyes and your nose and your mouth. So you can get them in the exact spot that you want to put them. Alright, so that was the little face. And I didn't do whiskers for this one, so I don't think I'm going to do whiskers on this one either. You can though. Whatever you want to do. Okay. And then it's just about coloring. Again, where's my bone folder? There it is, hiding off to the side. So I'm just going to go ahead and... This is harder to do with the bone folder like this if you've already done the cutting. But I am going to do the cutting next. So I'm just going to take my pieces that I still have taped up. I leave the tape on these because then I don't have to keep retaping them. And then just look for your little black lines and go like really close to those. Make sure you can see them on the inside, and then you won't have an issue. And then of course we've got to run this through twice. Because we're going to cut those, and then we're going to move the paws over and cut it one more time. Yes, Kathy, I've already sold them. But if some of you guys missed them and you want this stamp and die set, let us know. It looks like this. And you get the stamps and the dies and the directions all included. So absolutely, I'm sure we have a couple left, and I don't mind doing another order if there's a lot of people that want this one, because it's so cute. Also, do you see I didn't put mine all the way to the bottom there? But I just have a little bit of a white strip there, and that doesn't bother me. I think it still looks cute. Being that it's a handmade project, I don't think many people would say much about it. But now I'm going to move over my other little one, get my other little paw here, run that one through. Honey, I don't have the price written on this one. Can you tell me how much this one is? Pretty please. So there we go. And I've already got my face done. And I looked in the picture on this one too. I think it was right on here. Yeah. If you look real close on this packaging, he's got this little white above his eyes. So I left that white. I thought that was really cute. So when I do color him, I'm going to leave that little bit of white there. I think it's really adorable. And he's going to be mostly gray and black too. So we're going to go ahead and start with the light gray. Go around his little paw pads. Put some of that up. Okay, some up his little paws. Some up the middle. Get the sides, and then maybe a little bit across the top. I made that like way too high, so I'm just going to cover up my mistake by making it all purposely too high. And then looking at his face, he's going to have a little bit of white there, so we're going to go around his eyes, and then we're going to color up. If you want to have a little bit of white in his ears, then don't color the whole thing like I am. I went a little bit low, so I'm just going to fix that up, even it out. There we go. And then the bottom of his face stays white. And then the dark gray, because I don't want to use black, because I don't want his eyes to be hidden. So what I did was I went over with the darker gray. You can do the lighter gray too if you want. But I went over with the darker gray, covering up his eyeball, but not, you can still see it is what I'm saying. You don't want to totally cover his little eyeball. Alright, and then I used a little bit of my Sharpie to go in to make it look more like it's black. And all I did was just flick some lines up from the side. And that way I wasn't covering up his little eyeballs. See the difference? I'm going to add one little flick there because it looks empty. And then I'm going to draw in the little black ears. Now remember, there's a die that will cut those out for you, but it's so tiny, and drawing in the ears is so simple. So, alright. And, I left white around the edge, so since I forgot, I'm going to go ahead and use my little white liner, and I'm going to use that to go around the eye to add that white. So that way, if you forget, you can always use your white Uniball gel pen and then give it the little dot in the middle that it was missing. See how I just covered that up with the white? Easy peasy. And we could add more dark gray and stuff, but what I really want to add is a little bit of cheek. So I'm going to do like a half a cheek because probably some of it's covered up there. So a half a cheek on either side with a little bit of a darker pink. Googly eyes would be cute too. And then I'm going to go back over it because I don't want it to be so... I want it to blend a little bit more. There, perfect. See, I wonder if I have my googly eyes up here. Let me check. That's a great idea. That's odd. I wonder where I put them. I don't see any googly eyes up here. Bummer. Well, you guys will have to make some with your googly eyes. If I find them, I'll make one too. I can't find one right now. I'm going to add a little bit more dark gray to his bottom here. And maybe a little bit of black. So some dark gray here, a little bit of dark gray on the bottom. And I love the Copics because you can flick them like that and it looks super cool. I do have a black one. So this time, because I want to flick, I'm going to use my black Copic. Give him a little flick and then a couple of flicks up from the bottom. And that's going to cover up his little paw lines, but I don't mind that. And then a little bit underneath each paw pad to make them stand out. And then pink them up a little bit. Pink them up. I probably have a set right now for you, Kathy. I'll have to look when I'm done here. I think that's it. That's all I want for that little guy. Oh, and a little bow. Somebody said they wanted to do the bow. So I'm going to do it the same I did it last time. I'm going to do it red. And then I'm going to add some polka dots. Coloring all over my mat. Good thing these usually take it right off. Red's not a good color to leave on there too long. It might not ever come off. Wow. Okay, I lost it. That's okay. So now that I've got my red bow, I'm just going to take my white gel pen and add those little dots. And this will the red will like swallow some of the white color. It'll end up looking more pinkish. So if you let these dry and then go over them again, they'll be more white. Yeah, Joy McCoy, she has it already. It's fun, isn't it? Where's my glue? There it is. So I'm going to go ahead right away and just put this little bow on his head. Ta-da! And then I'm going to pop our little features. See how it's too hard to do these once you get everything cut out, then it just wants to buck and be weird. So I'm going to stick my little guys, my little feetsies out, and then I'm going to put a little glue on there and bend it around and hold it down and let it dry. Joy and Nanny Boo Boo. Alright. That's awesome. Now let's glue on his little head. I love that these look so difficult. When I first started out, I thought, oh boy. And then once I started them, I thought, oh, these are so easy. Just cut, 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 color and glue. Isn't he cute? Or should we say she? Isn't she cute? Yeah. Here's the other one I made. So this one's got candy in it and a bow to match her. Bow to match her bow. Twinsies. Alright. Let's try to do a koala. Now, I think that the koala, I'm going to cut these off. And I'm going to, even though I said I wasn't gonna, I'm going to do the little tail. The little bunny tail, because I'm going to use the bunny tail for his ears. So I'm going to need 2 of those. I've got paper left, so let's send this through. Okay, there's one. And I just need one more. So I'm going to send him back through. Alright, there's another one. We can actually use bigger ones than that. Always put your dies back in a little pile so you don't lose them. Designate. These I don't because, you know, you can actually, I taped those and I'm going to use them again right away. So now I don't think that the body and the feet match every animal. So think about maybe masking off some of this stuff or redrawing it or finding another stamp maybe that would even give you a better animal. Different feet and stuff. You know, always look through your stash and see what else will go with that. Oh, that stunk. I don't think I got as very much contact with the ink on that one. So I'm just going to go ahead and flippy that over. There. There we go. Hey, Arrow. How's it going? Okay. Putting back the little raccoon. This guy is taped on, this little teeny tiny one, so I don't lose it. And I'm looking at the size of these and I'm thinking, you know what, we might need bigger, we might need bigger ears. But I'm just going to go with what we have, because I could just cut out another one that'll just go with it. But let's do our cutting. I'll try hard to put this in the right place this time. There we go. And then the little paw. And we're going to put that through. Alright, and we take off the 2 outer ones, remember? And then that extra little footy in the middle, you have to move over and cut the other one. I do wish they would have given us 2 of the little feeties. I don't know why they did it that way. this is what I like to do with mine since I'm ending up here. I'm going to put my stamps back. And then I like to put these guys on the back because those are the ones that you have to use on the little body, and then I don't have to look for them, and they're taped there. And all the rest of the dies go back in the package. I think we got everything we need except for the face, but I'm going to draw on the face for this one since this isn't one that technically comes with it. So let's go ahead and use our grays again. Don't forget to use like your glitters and your glitter pens and stuff and add little elements to these guys. I think that would be really cute. Like their little extra stuff, their little hats and things, those could totally be glitzed and all that stuff. And so he's gonna be mostly gray, so let's go ahead and just do gray. I'm just doing a little bit extra around the edge to make it slightly darker. Yeah, so one thing that the coronavirus has not affected is our ability to still have sales for you guys since we're in distance. As long as we're not sick in our family and it's coming from here to you, I'll be sure not to infect anybody. I don't know anybody personally who's had it. Not anybody like around here that I know. But I know we must have some cases somewhere. I don't follow it too much because I'm not worried about it. I definitely will keep myself to myself. Because I don't want anybody who can't get it to get it, if that makes sense. But as far as myself, I'm not going to worry about it. And so I don't know, koalas don't have feet like this, so I'm just going to do this one like I would any of the other ones. So speaking of that, our next sale will be March 21st, that Saturday. And so that is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. I used to have a time, it's probably still in there. In the file somewhere, there's literally an uploaded time structure so that you can see where you are in relations to me, which is Central Standard Time. So now I have to think about how do I want this guy's face to look. I'm going to go with this one behind me where he's got circle eyes. All right. And then I'm going to put some little dots in there. And then he's got a big round nose that's a little bit bigger on the bottom than the top. And then a little tiny mouth. I'm going to draw that one with this side. Okay. And I think we can give him pink cheeks too, yeah? Let's give him a little bit. And then let's round that off. So we don't want a big pink mark there. Cute. And then his ears, let's see what they got. So they have white in the inside of the ears. So I'm just going to put a little bit of gray around the outside. I'm using the dark gray. Make these ears really stand out, hopefully. All right. And I'm going to glue these guys to the front, unlike that bunny, because we want all of this to show. Well, cute. Let's go ahead and give him some little shine marks here. Oh, that always finishes it off, doesn't it? Always makes it look so cool. And so that's gonna go on his little body. Let's pop out his little things here. Okay, put this one together. All right, and then I'm going up from underneath when I have this the way I wanted it and squeeze. Thanks, Debbie. He is kind of cute, isn't he? Let's give him a little bow. Or we could do a little heart. Let's do a little heart because a lot of mine have, my pictures of them have hearts on them. So let's do that. I think that our mascot has a heart. He's holding a heart. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to pop him out just a tiny bit. Right, Joy? Kenny Koala. I'm so impressed that you remember him. So I have just a couple of these sets left if anybody wants them. I'm pretty sure I have a couple sets. So put this up there. Look how cute. So these could be used for Valentine's next year. They could be used for little Christmas ornaments if you decked them out Christmas ways. You can use them for little parties, like party favors, birthday parties, put a little snacks in there. What else was I thinking? Well, definitely Easter, but I was trying not to say Easter since, you know, we could do all kinds of different things with these as well. Awesome. And so I didn't use all the markers because I didn't do all the animals, but you get the gist of that. And so if you get one of your own, you can go ahead and make all these fun little things. I'm going to put these eyeballs back here before I finish cleaning up so I don't lose that. So not just Maymay, but other companies also make those little faces. So if you happen to see one where you can get a bunch of little faces, they're super fun to have. You add those to all kinds of little things that you can make. Looks like Chuck is not keeping with the Live at 5 and being quiet down there. I can hear boom, boom. It's crazy. Crazy noisy. I did not turn them into anything else yet. Because, you know, Easter is coming up and I kind of want to hand these out to a few people that I know. Yes, can put on a party hat too. Absolutely, you could go with any of the stuff that's in this whole set. And all you need is just a couple, you know, your cutter and a couple of blocks and an ink, and then just go ahead and go wild and color them. You know what, and even with these leftover pieces. Oh, I love that, Sherry. She said put a half of an Easter egg in the bottom, and then it'll hold anything you want. I'm going to pop these extras in the back, because if I decide to make more, I already have a couple cut. Oh, and these will fit too. Let's go ahead and add these papers in there. I already got some papers cut. Good idea for a grab and take for a crop or anything. Thanks, Kathy. So I'm glad that you guys enjoyed this. This was really fun. I was looking so forward to doing these. But at the same time, part of me, before I did my experimentation and played around with them, did them, I was a little bit worried that they'd be a little bit tricky, but they're not tricky at all. I just pop them through, and then color and put them together. I love it. I love easy. I love that I can put this together in less than 5 minutes and have a cute little thing to give out. Yeah, gifts for littles at church. That's an awesome idea. That's awesome, Kathy. You know, we can always ship them all early if you don't want to wait till the next sale. You just let us know, okay? Alrighty, well, I'm going to let you go finish up the rest of your weekend and have a great time. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay home if you're requested to. And don't forget, we do videos and stuff here, so our community is still alive and thriving, and nothing's going to be shut down here. So come on over and enjoy the videos and the live things. And oh, I want to remind you guys to jump in and do the Twist-Toon challenge, because I just put in the March one. And I have to start picking the people to win. It's just that February only had one, I think two people entering. These are free, you guys. They're awesome little images and they're free. So jump in on that, Twist-Toon on Facebook if you're not sure where. There's a link in the file that'll explain to you exactly how it works and all that stuff. So jump in on that. Alright, it's super fun, and sometime this month I'm going to be doing my next one, so that's how I do my coloring videos. I pull out one of her cute images and I color it. So be thinking about that. Be thinking about maybe suggesting to me something that you want to see me use to color, like Copics. I still do have my Spectrum Noir if you want to see that. We could also do watercoloring, ink coloring, watercolor pencils, or just regular colored pencils. So be thinking about all that. The next time I will see you for sure will be Monday for my weekly positive, and then Wednesday for a 1 in 10, and then again that next Friday for another one of these. Okay? Have an awesome weekend, you guys, and I cannot wait to see you guys next video.